Hey guys, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? Well, how you doing? You guys won't see my face. I think I'm gonna just start, a series of videos on, everything I'm doing for my trip to the St. Lawrence. Every year in May we go to Champlain. This year we just decided to switch it up. I'm gonna try the St. Lawrence River, fish that open season catch and release time they have there on the Canadian side. So just kind of getting the boat ready today and loading up way more tackle than I'm sure I'm gonna need. But let me show you. Hold on here. That might be a better view. Let me just show you the bait casting setups I have. Just threw a spinnerbait on. Got to have a spinnerbait in that, if it's always windy up there, so I definitely have to have a blade on. That's one of the Defiant 3/4 ounce, that white and chartreuse, little grub trailer on there. This is just a small square bill. It's a Profound Outdoor square bill, which I think that color will play very well up there in that clear water. So tie that on. I'm going to try some different, shallow. This is my shallow running crankbait setup here. More shallow running. I got a wobble head on with it's just a Rage Strike King Rage Menace on there. I can get a good view of that. I have some different baits to try on there, but if the fish are still deep, I might swim that around along the bottom. This is that deep diver from OSP in case the fish are still out. That's that Blitz Magnum, that EXDR. They're just beautiful crankbaits, so got those this winter, so I have those tied on, ready to go if I do some deep water cranking. And of course I have to have a jig on. That's just a block it old school jig there. That's with I like it in the cold water. I anticipate the water to be colder up there. I like it with that rubber skirt. So in case I see something I want to throw a jig at, I always have one tied on. I'll probably wind up throwing the Beast Coast Open Water Sniper more. There's the hybrid with the hair on it, and that's just a Rage Baby Menace on there as a trailer, which I like. Sometimes I'll use, a Ned. Sometimes I'll use other trailers. I kind of like the flapping legs on that, though, for this time of year. Let's see. The next one that's the 5-inch mag draft from Megabass right there. Throw that around the shallows. See if they'll eat that in case they're up, shallower. If they're moving up, there is an underspin. That's a Wicked Weights underspin. That's a 3/8 ounce with a 4/0 hook. That's a 3.8 Kitech right there. So, we've heard that swim baits, play well this time of year. So I've got a couple tied on, the 5-inch, a 3/8, and then I've got the other Kitechs, the smaller ones, and some of the bigger ones in the boat too, just in case. And last but not least, I have to have a chatterbait on. Who knows where we'll explore over there on the Canadian side. Are we just going to smallmouth hunt? Are we going to look in some shallow bays, maybe find some grass? I don't know, but I think a chatterbait's always a good thing to have to cover water, especially if we gets a little windy out there. That chatterbait and spinnerbait might play. So that's kind of the bait casting lineup I have. What I leave in the boat each day, who knows? You can only fit so much stuff in the boat, but who knows? It might be all spinning. I might be doing a lot of spinning rod stuff with Neds and things, but those will come up. I'll do another video on the spinning setups, but that's the casting setup, guys. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which for me is actually not too bad. It is. You always, when you go on a trip, you always, prepare for everything, and then, the fish want to eat one or two things, but I'm ready to go. So I do have one other one that I don't know where I put it. There's another, I know I have another, I thought I had 10. Hold on, there's gotta be another one here somewhere. Show you that floor again, which looks awesome. Bait, spinning is back here, I'm still working on those. I think maybe the other one's over here. I just forgot to bring it over. Yeah, I knew I had one more setup. Of course, it'll probably get stuck on the bag, and it did. That is a blade bait. As you can tell, it's stuck on the bag there. But I'll worry about getting that off when I finish the video. But there's a blade bait. I like it on a casting setup. That's one of those blade baits that I put together this winter. I bought those 5/8 ounce size, put the hooks on, and put some gold reflecting tape on that one. So I have a whole bunch of different blade baits to try if those fish are still out deep. And the blade bait is playing. I knew I had something else here, so I guess I got 11 bait casting setups. And you can see some of the different bags of stuff. A lot of this stuff won't be on the boat. I just kind of take a few things out of each bag and throw them in there to get me through the day. Well, depending on what they're eating. Usually when we go on a trip, it takes a few days to kind of figure things out. But I would anticipate, swim baits, maybe some chatterbaits and spinnerbaits, maybe some crankbaits, you know, probably a lot of Neds, tubes, things like that. But I'll show you that when I do the spinning setup. So that's it, guys. So just a quick reminder, I got the blade bait set up, spinnerbait, Defiant spinnerbait, Profound Outdoor square bill, wobble head, deep OSP crankbait, jig, football head jig, Beast Coast Open Water Sniper, Megabass Mag Draft 5-inch, the Kitech 3.8 fat on a Wicked Weights underspin 3/8 4/0, and that is the Z-Man jackhammer. I think that's that new, pretty sure that's that new smallmouth color that I got this winter. So I tried that up there in smallmouth country. But that's it, guys. So I'm going to just try to do, you know, some shorter videos of everything that I'm doing up there, the trip and the fishing and everything. So hopefully I'll have some good fish highlights for you. All right. So stay tuned and wait, and I'll have some more later on. But thanks for watching. Please like and share, all that good stuff. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. One more look at that floor. Isn't that awesome? See you later. Bye.